Love beyond the sky? Chapter 24. Ariana was walking swiftly, filled with rage and pain. Tears streamed down her face, but she didn't want anyone to see. Behind her, Kian kept calling out, "Ariana, Mom, please wait, listen to me, Ariana!" But Ariana remained silent, her shoulders trembling. It was clear she was crying. Kian rushed up to her and gently grabbed her hand. Ariana stopped but didn't turn to face him. Kian slowly turned her face toward him and said softly, "Ma'am, what is this? Are you crying?" Tears rolled down from Ariana's damp lashes. Her eyes were red and her lips trembled. Kian was stunned. Holding her hand, he gently led her to a quiet corner nearby. In an anxious voice, Kian asked, "Please tell me what's going on. Tell me the truth. Did Rohan say or do something inappropriate?" Ariana didn't reply. She just broke down completely, sobbing uncontrollably. Her tears refused to stop. Through her tears, Ariana cried out, "Am I that horrible, Kian? Am I not worthy of love?" Kian couldn't say a word. His own eyes filled with tears. He felt helpless seeing her like this. In a broken voice, Ariana said, "You know, I've only truly loved two people in my life, my mother and Rohan. He was my childhood love, and both of them left me, Kian. Both." Kian stood there in shock. His fists clenched slowly and his face showed a mix of anger and sorrow. In a serious tone, Kian said, "But Rohan, he—" Ariana cut him off sharply. "Don't say his name. He has someone else in his heart. I saw it with my own eyes. Him with another girl." Her body trembled. She couldn't control herself anymore and collapsed into Kian's chest. Her head rested on him, and she began crying loudly. Kian hesitated, his hands still awkwardly placed, and softly said, "Ma'am, you are amazing. Truly, just the way you are. And your mother. She loved you deeply. She must be watching you right now, from above. What would she think seeing you like this?" Ariana's sobs began to calm. Her eyes closed slowly, her face showed peace, but the pain hadn't left. Kian, unable to hold it in anymore, said with frustration, "I knew it. There was always something wrong with Rohan." At this, Ariana broke down again, weeping harder and clinging tightly to Kian like a soul finally finding some comfort after years of exhaustion. In a quiet and tender voice, Kian gently placed a hand on her back and said, "It's okay. Let it out. Cry as much as you need. It will help you feel better." For some time, Ariana just cried in his arms without saying a word. A little later, Ariana pulled herself together and stepped back. She wiped her tears from her face and started avoiding eye contact with Kian. In a quiet, embarrassed tone, she said, "Please, don't tell anyone about what just happened here." Kian smiled, a mix of playfulness and warmth in his expression. He nodded slowly and said, "I won't have to." Ariana frowned and asked, "What do you mean?" Kian looked at her, grinning slightly, then gestured playfully. "Your makeup." Ariana quickly turned on her phone's front camera and was shocked. Her makeup was completely ruined, her kohl was smudged, and her lipstick had faded. In panic, Ariana said, "Oh no, I don't even have my touch-up kit." Without a word, Kian gently turned her face toward him and softly ran his fingers over her face, like an artist fixing a canvas. A few seconds later, he stepped back. His face showed quiet confidence and a mysterious smile. In a soft voice, Kian said, "Now look in the mirror." Ariana turned on the camera again, and her eyes widened in surprise. Her makeup looked perfect again, just like before. Her eyes sparkled, her cheeks had a natural blush, and a soft smile returned to her lips. Ariana asked in amazement, "This? How did this happen?" Kian slowly leaned closer, a hint of mischief in his eyes, twirled his fingers and whispered in her ear, "Magic." Then, pulling a beautiful flower from his pocket, the same one he had admired earlier from the tree outside, he bent slightly like a prince and presented it to Ariana. A soft smile touched her lips as she accepted the flower in her hand. Without saying another word, Kian gently turned and walked away. Ariana stood there in astonishment, just watching him for a few moments. Then, under her breath, she murmured, "This Kian, there's something about him." A little while later, Ariana and Kian stepped out of the elevator. Both their faces were calm. As they walked into the office, they noticed employees whispering to each other, glancing in their direction with shocked expressions. Ariana paused for a moment. She could feel their stares and whispers. It made her uncomfortable. Suddenly, a loud voice cut through the air. Rena, Ariana's secretary, came rushing in. Her face was pale with panic and she was out of breath. In a hurried and anxious voice, Rita said, "Ariana, Mom, there's a problem." Ariana looked at her in alarm. "What happened, Rena? What's gone wrong at the office? Could Rohan be behind this too? To find out, stay tuned. Till then, like, share, subscribe, and press the bell icon to stay updated.